What is what? We're done.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
We're done.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
What is now?
What we're not talking about now?
What duppy story now? Welcome back, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is
Jay,
and I'm Whitney.
Rogue TV.
Now,
I need you guys to like, share, and subscribe, because nobody is not subscribing. People is watching.
Yeah, so that.
I need people to start subscribe. Cause you don't know the thing, so support. See me?
That's
Bless
it.
up on yourself. Anyway, she want to talk about duppy story today.
No.
Whole heap of them out there.
Yeah, there is, to be fair. But we're just looking back and reminiscing on like the good times, and he mentioned something on a previous time. So he just start bringing back memories, and it's like, you know what, in this time you can't do anything else than just look back on the good times and laugh about something. What I'm saying, if you can't laugh, if you can't cry, you laugh or something like that.
If you not cry, just laugh.
Just laugh, exactly.
And if you not laugh,
Nobody cry.
cry.
Nobody cry. Anyways, back to the duppy story then now.
Hold on, you know that duppy story? A duppy story, one of the story that actually, one of the time, duppy story actually caused me to actually get some, or Jamaican say punash.
I lie you to tell.
Oh gosh.
What is
Real
what?
talk.
Seriously?
Duppy story.
Duppy story? No.
Duppy story. And the man what I do, I lick the pan. I try frighten, trying to scare everyone inside.
Seriously?
Yep.
No.
And after everybody decide, listen, gonna go home. I'm not going to call the name, I'm going to just say him. No, I'm not going to call the nickname either, because
No.
call the nickname.
Don't say anything.
Anyway, mismention.
Yeah.
Decides to listen.
If you know, you know. She not home.
No, she was at her house.
Oh.
Was next door.
Mm-hmm.
So she like, him, stay with me because I'm scared. I don't want to stay here, stay alone. Okay, not a problem.
And just take advantage.
No, listen.
Man.
I'm there now, and it's like,
Then,
I notice, she want to go to sleep up the top, and I'm down the bottom. I'm like, anyway. So I start talking the duppy story again.
tactics.
Oh,
Fellas, don't use this anymore. It won't work. Ladies, wise up.
Yeah, back in those days, people, not, like.
It was a different story back then. Yeah. No.
But anyway, when I left there the next morning, I had a, what you call it? A joker smile. Full smile.
It might have started out scary, but it ended pleasant for me.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Lord of mercy. No, mine. I remember this one. So, at the time, we used to live in this place called, what was it called? Bottom, Melbourne. No. And the landlord actually lived right next door to us. No, and they had like a 2-story building, so they live on the ground floor, and then someone else was living up in the room above them. Now, she used to complain that she keeps hearing things like in the nights, like something in her room and stuff. And everybody just used to laugh about it and stuff like that. This is no word of a lie, I'm telling you now. One evening, me and my sisters, we were playing music and stuff. There wasn't too much of us because I was still young. A lot of us weren't born yet. So it was just 2 of us at the time. And we're there and we're playing the music and everything, And then all of a sudden this black, what them call it, junk crow? What them
Crow.
Yeah, this big black crow like land right on top of the, remember I said the landlord lived right next door and the lady room is on top? Land right on top of our room, We play music like minding our own business, and this big crow just still sat on top of the room like not moving, and my sister's like, Whitney, look. like, what? That's ugly. Like, what is that? And she said, junk crow. And we there. No, honestly, I'm not lying. We didn't know. No, the landlord had the guy, so they were a couple, and the guy died like probably a few years back or something. I've never seen the guy. I don't know what he was wearing at his funeral in the coffin or anything like that. But when I tell you that this junk crow turned into this big black man in a full white, and I pointed to my sister and I'm like, look quick, look quick, look quick. And she saw it as well, and we take her because it's like a man, this is someone we don't know, and it's right literally because the houses were attached and it's on top of the house. So we run back in the house now because we were outside playing the music. We run back in the house now. Mommy, I don't even know why every time these things happen our parents are never there. Don't know where mommy is. So what we thought was a good idea to get salt and line it around the door. So we get the bag of salt and just lined it at the front door, saying that he probably won't be able to get in because we scared as hell. But funnily enough, when mommy came and we told her, so what she did was just open the Bible, so she kept the Bible on the bed where we slept. The next day, right, that girl was complaining and she was coming out and she's like, I'm not sleeping here, I'm not staying here anymore. She's like, and she described the same guy in the room with her that night. Tell me now.
That's a duppy.
Yep. Yep.
But hold on. Alright. When I was young, we used to rent, well, my parents used to rent a house from this lady. Now, she was renting from a guy that lived abroad. But there was a lady that was in charge of it.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady, she was just, I would say, evil. For no reason, she would just start the argument.
Yeah.
Out of the blue. Alright. My dad bought a piece of land not too far down the street from it.
Oh, not to interrupt today, but oh my days, the sun is beautiful, guys.
Yeah,
like it's probably like 6 degrees, but it's absolutely beautiful and we're just soaking it up. Go ahead, sorry.
That's the reason why I have to have my hat down like this, because it's right in my eye. Anyway, after my dad buy the piece of land, he had to get a bulldozer to cut a road in it, because it was between two pieces of land and his was like at the back. And when the lady found out that my dad bought that piece of land, we got notice immediately. Anyway, while on the notice, I think it was like about a week after, in the middle of the night, because my dad, we used to raise chickens, and we hear a whole lot of noise in the chicken coop. We look, the chicken in there going crazy, and this big black junker sitting on top of it, just walking around. I was trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Next day, we get up, go down there. All the chicken was still there, not dead and everything, but everything in the coop was like turned over. The water, the feed, everything. Hear from the shout, the lady died that night.
What about, son?
Yep, she died that night.
Why is it like with stuff like that, you're always like, is it because like crows are scavengers or something like that? Why they always associated with like dead people and stuff
So,
like that?
You never heard about the one that was riding on the coffin from Kingston to Montego Bay, shouting, asking for Mr. Brown? Yep.
No.
Mr. Brown borrowed somebody money and he wasn't paying back.
They sent that for him.
That drunk on the coffin, right through. Mr. Brown, where are you, Mr. Brown?
No, I never.
Yep. Until Mr. Brown paid the money.
No.
But a lot of stories. I remember when
wait, this is a funny one. It's not necessarily scary, but it's what to scare the little kids. All right, so when so this is when I was a bit older, and my mom had a new boyfriend, Now we had one of those Christmas trees, like the ones that you just plug in. So I had the lights, you just put the tree thing in and it lit up.
You know, Christmas tree, we didn't have a Christmas tree now.
Yeah, we did. Right? Anyways.
Rich people.
No, but anyways, when what he did, yeah. So one Christmas, all the kids in the yards, because we always tend to live with one bag of people. So all the different kids were there playing, and it was a big yard. So one section of the yard, my mom's boyfriend, he was growing corn. And you know, when corn grow up, the stalks are long and then it's itchy and everything, right? So what he did, so he got a white sheet, put it over his head, and had the tree thing, and he would just walk out. And what's the song? You know, a song like the intro to a Jamaican song. I can't remember it, but it's like ooh, ooh ah ah ah. So he had that one intro on repeat, and he came out, turned off all the lights, turned off all the outside light, came out with the white sheet over, holding this thing plugged in, and the only thing you heard and saw was this like floating white thing with lights sprinkling all over, and you only heard ooh ooh ah ah ah. And all the kids that were on the front, like they were on the front step, they took off into the car. And then they all started crying because it started to scratch them. The funny part was getting them out, because you know it's hot, right? So everybody in little shorts and like marinas and stuff. When the kids came out, they were all, the whole body was just covered in this little like white stalk here from the corns. It was so funny. And then the only thing he did was just turn the light back on and pull the thing out and just started laughing. I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the funniest Christmases ever. Like literally. Because nobody was expecting it. And he just literally, only thing you saw, because we're all on the front step, the only thing he did was turn the lights off, turn the sheeting on and press play, and then came out. Ooh, ah, ah, ah.
I remember one night to go to the house that I grew up in. We used to have banana trees on the sides and the walkway to go up. And it's like one night I'm going home and I saw this man standing in there, like he's just standing and watching me. And I'm standing at the gate like, who the hell is that? And for about an hour, I'm at the gate trying to figure out who is that, because I'm calling and I'm not hearing anybody. So I went across the road under the light. Now I'm standing there and I'm watching him. And I can see this guy keep going like this. Keep going like that. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm trying to make up my mind now. How am I just run past this guy without him grabbing me or something? And I'm there like, what? Anyway, open the gate. I open the gate as wide as I can. Standing there. And when I started running, when I reach on the veranda and I look, I'm like, what the?
It's the banana tree.
A banana leaf. Break and hang down in front of the tree. Scared the shit out of me the whole night. I'm standing there trying to figure out how I'm pass him. It was a banana leaf. When we used to go to country for the summer.
Yeah.
I remember one night the lamp right here and a Coca-Cola bottle. You remember when the 2 liter just came out and the top they had like a little rim.
Yeah.
Where the cork was. That was like in front of the lamp. Now, you remember a kerosene lamp them.
Oh yes, I remember kerosene lamp.
And with the little wind, you see that the light would flicker.
Yeah. Make a shadow.
Yeah. Middle of the night now, the lamp is turned down. And I wake up and I look and I see this man in the window, looking at me through the window. And I'm like, yo, for the whole night my eyes were stuck on that guy. for about 6 hours. Couldn't go back to sleep.
Let me you didn't cover your head?
No,
I would have covered my head.
I'm making sure he doesn't move. So I'm stuck on that guy, watching that guy. Didn't go back to sleep, making sure that he didn't move or didn't come through the window. Lights start coming up. Then I realize what I'm looking at is a lampshade from behind me. The Coca-Cola bottle. I was so tired that morning.
I remember in 11th grade now, when they're doing like your GCSEs, back home we call them CNC. Now in the 11th grade we had to do this school trip. So I remember that we were going to Kingston from Montego Bay. We were actually going to the stock market to see how it actually worked and stuff like that. Now you had to leave out early because it was an all-day trip, so we had to leave very early. So I had to be at my school for about 5:30, I think, in the morning. So now the taxi where I live, you had to walk up a little hill to get to and that's off the main road. So I had to come off the hill to get to the main road to look at taxi. Now tell me now, I was 17, 16, 17, but still my mother was like, I ain't walking with you. It's like, because my house was at the top, so you could actually stay from my house and look down to the main road. She's like, oh, just go, I'll watch you. And I'm like, I'm scared shit, like I'm literally like pee my pants because I'm scared, because it was still literally pitch black. And she's like, sing Christian songs, you'll be alright. So I'm walking down the hill. Jesus loves me. And then the only thing you hear from someone on the window, shut up. Because I'm always like, just sing loud. And if you stop singing, then I'll know that something happened. So I'm walking through the park now, and I'm like, Jesus loves me, this I know. And then the neighbor was like, shut up, baby, asleep. So I just started crying and walking out. I'm like, this is it. I'm done for now. Because at the time we lived in Flankers. And Flankers not really, it's alright. What if you live there, if you're raised there, you're fine there. But we had just particularly moved there. So we weren't like integrated or anything yet. So it was still scary. And I'm like, oh no.
But alright. We used to stay on the road until our parents come home. So the crowd started dwindling down as the parents are coming in. Anyway, it was about 8 going to 9 o'clock, and we're there just talking and playing football or racing or whatever. And this one guy passed, and he was like, yo, watch out. And everybody like, Chuck, because he was one of those guys that he just loved giving trouble. About half an hour later, we see him walk down the street. I'm like, yo, no, he passing it like, no, the butcher dead.
The butcher dead.
I said, butcher dead. Which butcher? I said, butcher man. So mutton rolling calf now. Anyway, he passed. But that was like to warm us up, to get us scared. Because what he did was he passed us, doubled up, came around, and drew a piece of chain across the street.
Oh no!
And when he drew that piece of chain across the street, man, I'm talking about within a split second, everybody was gone. Because only thing you heard was rolling cap, and everybody. Yo, nobody came out till the next day. You don't hear what really happened. He couldn't pull that stunt again.
No.
Man, we used to do some things as kids though. Because I even remember one time this guy, he got the old clothes. He used needle and like stitched them together. So he had the pants and he has a shirt. put it down flat in the grass. And people walking past, even big people walking past, and it drew across the road underneath the light. It was gone.
Seriously?
People coming up the street and see it happening, and
Yeah.
they back down the street.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, no, that's horrible. Someone actually did that on purpose.
Yo, he used to do some things that you look back and you're like, yo, those days was fun. Nowadays,
No, looking back on it now, you could say it was fun. Back then, you were
Yeah.
pretty scared.
man, you go to your bed and you remember things like that and you're like,
Yeah.
please leave the lights on. Yeah. 'Cause even, there was this guy that he used to work on a ship,
Yeah.
but he was the type that nobody really liked him. He was like a bully.
Yeah.
Anyway, he died. It so happened that he died, and how he died was they actually killed him in his backyard. Now, his funeral was big, but his night, nobody went because he was that scary that nobody wanted to go to his night because everybody
wow.
was saying that he was gonna come back and he was gonna do some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And it so happened that same night, that was supposed to be his night, the streets was empty.
Wow.
And
Wait, you're telling me that Jamaicans they were so scared they didn't even turn up for the food?
listen, they said that street was empty.
Let me tell you something.
Hold on.
Jamaicans when they come out to 9 nights and
Yeah.
funeral, you see like how
Food
people,
and free drinks.
okay, people not missing. You see funeral days especially, you have people that leave different parish to go to funeral. They don't even know the person who dead.
Cry for some food.
Cry. I just go for food. They literally get newspaper, go around to the funeral part and mark up, oh, this Sunday, Mr. Leroy, Montego Bay, set me trip for next Sunday, Ghana funeral. That's why I'm surprised people actually never turn up for the 9 night.
But hold on. Alright. I'm there. This is like, I'll say about 10 years ago. But anyway, it's like nobody's on the street. And all of a sudden we start hearing the dogs barking. I'm talking like you hear the dog barking inside 6 houses down. And then you realize it's now 5 houses down. When whatever they're barking at past that house, that set of dogs stop barking. The next set start barking. Then the next set start barking. I'm like, yo. So I'm looking out the
Something
window.
ain't right with him then.
I'm looking out the window, and when it reaches to like the second house from my house, those dogs start barking, and the next dog, and they're just like they was just going crazy.
Oh wow.
They realized now there was a ton load of dog coming up, but whatever they was barking at is like I couldn't see it. Then all of a sudden I saw this big black shadow zoops past the gate and went up, and then those dogs start barking. Then all of a sudden they stop, and then it zoops past again, and then another set up barking start going on again. I'm like, yo.
No.
My wife like, what happened? I'm like, go back to bed. I just tell her go back to bed. I went in bed.
Yeah.
I ain't look back out through the window.
No. What was it? As kids, yeah, me and my sisters, this is what we used to do. So we used to get horror movies, and we would do this on purpose. Like I think it's the way we bonded. I don't know what it was, but we would get horror movies, right? And at the time, so because we're all girls, so it was me. So it was 4 girls at the time in one room, right? So but there was 2 beds. And they're like queen size beds, so it was alright. So we deliberately found horror movies to watch, and anyways, we found the horror movies to watch, and we put it on late at night on purpose, right? And you see, before the movie even done, the 4 of it together, one bed under the sheet. And then when it finished, one of us would be like, "Why go turn off the TV?" Because I think the remote wasn't working or something. But anyways, it's like we had to get up to press the button to turn it off, and we would be like, "No, you get up! No, you get up!" And four of us stay in that same position. And if one had to go and pee pee, all four of us had to get up out the and follow, like walk together, still hugged up, to the bathroom. And then one will go pee pee while three outside, and the other one go, and then that's how we rotate and come all the way back straight into that one bed for the entire night. Especially Conjuring, oh my days, those movies, my sisters can tell you, man. Oh, the Conjuring.
I remember my scary movies was Return of the Living Dead, Night of the Living Dead, The Walking Dead.
What? Those are zombie?
Yes.
That really?
Alright, I remember my oldest brother when at that time he was older than my older brother to me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, scary movies, he used to love watching them.
Yeah.
But he was scared of them. Meaning he be watching the scary movie behind the curtain like this.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Anything that was scary, he had the curtain in front of him.
Yeah.
Just peeping out.
Oh no.
And one night my father came in. Because my father knew that he was like that. But then he just came in the night and he seemed like he was pissed about something or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He grabbed a clothes hanger and started whipping my brother, telling him to get from behind the curtain and watch the TV. And my brother wouldn't move. And he started whooping him with it. When he bent up the clothes hanger on him.
Really?
And I had to turn the TV off. And when I turned the TV off, he run back over and turned the TV back on and grabbed my older brother again. And what I did, I turned it off and plugged it out.
That's a bit extreme though, man.
He didn't see when I plugged it out.
Yeah.
So he there now, he start cursing and carrying on. So he can't believe my oldest brother scared of TV. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, scared of TV. This is the same man that after seeing freaky things that happen with the videotape, remember, and the TV got out.
Run out. But I used to do, alright, went to country, was in country one time. And when those times was, it'd be more like, when you're in the country, it's actually totally different from when you're down in the North Coast area. Whereas certain things, you want to have fun, you have to walk through a little track to go to the town square where they would be playing either dominoes, Ludi, the dice, what they call it, the 3-card man.
Yeah.
Or just listen to music and just talking shit. Anyway, so we leave from there now and going back home. That was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And all of a sudden I hear my cousin look around at his sister, at his other cousin, and say, "Bev, who was that behind you?" She didn't even wait or even look around to see if there was actually somebody behind her. She just take off.
Started running.
When we reach home, well, I was laughing now, I would think it was funny. So we laughing. All of a sudden I see my uncle just came out and said, "Come here." Grab my cousin, drag them in, and then start put on some lick on him. And I say he got a piece of whoopers. I mean, it seemed like he wouldn't stop get beaten.
Because of what he did?
Yep, because what? So when we realized what happened, Bev big toe, the skin and the nail was peeled off.
Oh God!
She took off so fast, tear the top of her toenail off, and the skin just
open. Oh my days! No,
man. For weeks, my uncle was vexed. For weeks, every time that he saw my cousin walking like,
hopping.
Trust me.
No, I don't think. I think that's I haven't like damaged myself because of anything like that. No, it was just the kids. The one with the kids when the kids went into they literally thought they had nowhere else to go. And the funny thing is, instead of running to the side where they could actually run to the yard, like the clear patch, they ran directly into the corn pot. It's like,
Wait up, you talk about that. They'd have a goat where the father of this goat was very
the father.
the father of the goat was very ignorant. He was a big